Asking different questions is a transformative habit of mind that's easier to talk about than to actually do. You see, if you're like most people, a lot of the questions you ask aren't actually questions at all. Did you talk to legal before issuing that press release? It's not a genuine question. You're not really curious, like, gee, I wonder what legal would say if you talk to them about that. Generally, that sounds like a suggestion or even an order. In fact, one of the things we've noticed over the years of talking about questions is how many people abuse the question mark by using it to soften what is really a statement, a suggestion, or a direct order. That's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about here are genuine questions, but we're also talking about genuine questions that are different than the ones you usually ask. Over the years of working together, we've seen that Keith Johnston and I ask different sorts of questions from one another. Keith tends to ask questions about where things are placed, what they're next to. He has a kind of a spatial way of thinking about the world. I tend to ask questions about the meaning of things, what's inside them. I have a kind of psychologically oriented sense of the world. And between us, we ask really good questions, but it's when we ask each other's questions that things really open up for us in a new way. Those are the transformative questions for us. And I'm not talking about better questions. When we ask people who asks you the best questions, the questions that really open you up and make you think about the world in the new way, people never say, my boss. Sometimes people say a colleague from a very different part of the business, or a friend from a different business altogether. But most often people say, my kids are the ones who ask me these questions that make me stop and think, particularly little kids who ask kind of assumption-busting questions like, well, why does anybody even care about that anyway, Daddy? Or why isn't this possible, Mom? Those sorts of questions open us up to new possibilities, and those new possibilities make us more curious about what other possibilities there might be. And so it's this asking different questions, opening to possibilities, and increasing our curiosity becomes a transformational habit, because the more we do it, the more we want to do it, the bigger the world gets, and the more likely we are to be able to solve real problems in complex times.